Good evening, Sam. Here's your coffee machine, the Breville Barista Express BES860 in silver. As we spoke and as you saw in the photos, it's in good condition, especially for its age. I've just finished cleaning and servicing it, so it's in really good condition on the inside, spotless on the inside actually. And I've also just realigned the grinder. Actually, I've replaced the grinder blade. The old one was busted, meaning it wasn't grinding fine enough. So I've replaced it with a new part. It's now grinding very fine, very good, meaning that it can make espresso using the single wall baskets. If you don't know what that means, it basically means it's going to be making really good coffee. So anyway, I'll be making an espresso drink in this video, just to show you that the machine works and it's in full working condition. So it's up to temperature now. Usually it takes about a minute to turn on and warm up. Sorry, just stuck up there. So what I like to do before my shot is run a blank shot. So portafilter is empty. Run some hot water. It'll heat up the system, it'll heat up my handle, it'll also heat up my cup here. Very well. I'm going to put this on the side to stay hot, and I'm going to take this out. I want to dry this portafilter before grinding, so I'm going to do that. Make sure you start with a dry portafilter. If you don't start with a dry portafilter, the coffee grounds won't come out right. So I'm going to use the scale here to measure 18 grams. So this is a double basket, single wall. It's going to take 18 grams. So I'm going to confirm that using my scale here. But I'll still show you how to get the correct dose without having a scale. So don't stress if you don't have a scale at home. So you want to set the grind size to be a coffee particle that's fine enough, but not too fine, not too big. So at the moment it's at number 10. We'll see how that goes. Usually you'll change this if your coffee's too slow or too fast, but it looks like I've just tested it again now. It looks pretty good at grind size number 10. We might need to tweak it, or you might need to tweak it depending on your coffee, specific coffee type that you like to buy. But at the moment 10 looks good. So let's try 10. This is the grind amount. This is how much coffee will come out into the handle. So we'll try it at 12 o'clock, see how many grams that is. You can put it on double, it'll grind double the amount, or on single. That's 9.1 grams. I'm happy with that. Let's keep it at 12 o'clock. See how we go. So yeah, I've pressed it down after the first grind. Then I'll do it again. Cool. Just gonna flatten it with my palm. That's 18 grams exactly. I'm very happy with that. I'm going to tamp it down and then give you one of my tips. So if you don't have a scale, a good way to know that you have 18 grams is that when you tamp it down, so here I've pressed it down and I can't go any further, this is the height you want to get into. So this is the height you want the coffee to be at, or the depth, sorry. Not sure if that's clear on video, but I'll try to bring it closer. Yep, that's much better. That's the depth you want to get into. On this tamper, it's about halfway through the tamper. Halfway through the tamper line here, the silver line, or the silver cap. So you want this to go halfway, or 3/4. So this is 18 grams. So not quite all the way in this deep, but 3/4 of the way. That's 18 grams. So if you don't have a scale, just tamp it, check, and if it's 3/4 of the way into this, then that's about 18 grams. This is what it looks like. Cool. You'll get used to it. Like you can eyeball it, you don't have to use a scale. I personally don't use a scale every single day. I only use a scale to check, like, I'll usually put the correct grind size. I'll choose a grind amount that gives me 9 grams and I'll set it and forget it. You know, I'll leave it here, it'll stay at 9 grams for months and months. So you only have to change these settings when you change to a new bag of beans or a new type of beans, or you clean the grinder, for example. You might need to change that. Otherwise, you can stay at these settings forever. I'm going to twist this all the way. So just at 5 o'clock to the right. If you don't tighten this enough, obviously, it might come off. So I'm going to dump this hot water. And I'm going to use the scale again to confirm or to measure how many grams of coffee, of espresso that I get. So usually the the ratio that people use is twice, so 2 to 1. So 2 to 1. So if you get 18 grams here, you want to double that in terms of coffee. So double of 18 is 36. So I want 36 grams of espresso. These buttons are programmable, by the way. If you want to reset the length of coffees to factory, you just hold program, it'll reset to factory settings. But if you want to program it, for example, I'm going to program it to do 36 grams, or 36 to 40 is the range I'm going to aim for. This is how I do it. Program, and then press it. It'll start making coffee. Pay attention to 2 things. You want the pressure gauge to be in the top range here. You want the flow to be nice and smooth. Perfect. So this is exactly what I was looking for. Very nice, smooth flow. Not too slow, not too quick. It could be a little slower. Usually the speed is also affected by the freshness of the beans. You want to use fresh beans if you can, so from the cafe or from the roaster. I'm only using supermarket beans. These are the Aldi dark beans. They're okay for the money. They're not the most expensive, but they're not too bad for the price. Certainly better than like Coles or Victoria beans. As you saw, it's got some good crema. The flow is nice and smooth. Pressure is at 12 o'clock. I'm very happy with this shot. Yeah. Espresso is an acquired taste, I have to say. So I personally like to drink lattes, but for the sake of the video and because it's late at night, I'm not going to be making a full latte. But anyway, here's the steamer. The way you steam the milk is you want to fill it about halfway, and when you steam, you want to spin the milk in a vortex, sort of, and you want to spin in a vortex, and you want to keep the tip close to the surface of the milk so that you inject air as you spin it around. And when you turn it on, usually it'll take about 10-15 seconds to turn on. And when the pump engages, that's when it's ready to go. Ooh, before doing that, sorry. After you're done with your shot, you want to take it out straight away, otherwise it will stick. But anyway, after you're done with your shot, okay, I'm gonna have to tighten the spring here. So ignore this part of the video. But after you do your shot, you want to dump this out straight away. And you want to run another blank shot just to clean the grip head and clean the handle. There we go. Okay. I will tighten the spring on this handle so that the filter doesn't come loose, as it did now. Anyway, after this blank shot, the grip handle and the grip head are nice and clean. You want to keep the machine nice and clean to maintain longevity. And when you turn on the steamer, it'll take about 10 to 15 seconds to warm up. When you hear the pump, that's when it reached full temperature, full pressure. give it a few seconds. There we go, that's about full pressure. And when you turn it off, the machine will give you about 5 seconds. You can turn it back on, but after the 5 seconds, it'll cool down, go back to coffee mode. You'll see the buttons light up. After these buttons light up, the machine is ready to go back to making another coffee. There we go. That's all done. That's an espresso on the Breville Barista Express. I'm sure you're going to love it. Very nice machine. If you take care of it, it'll take care of you. And if you have any questions regarding how to make coffee or any issues down the line, feel free to message me. And I'll see you soon. Cheers.